All right, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mr. Clark.
All right, so let us share the homework. So let's start there and then we proceed. All right, Natalia Williams, go ahead for me. The group with the persons with whom you work. Let me just see what you guys produce for the book with chapter, book without chapter. So we have edited book with chapter, book without chapter. Natalia Williams, go ahead. And group members. I don't know if you are the one sharing or... Are you hearing me, Miss Williams?
Yes, sir. I am hearing you, but I didn't know that it was for this evening's class. This evening class is not oral.
Which course is this? Or what do you mean by oral? I don't understand. Were you at the last class?
Monday.
Yes, were you at the last class?
Yes, sir.
What did we do?
We did APA
Right,
7th edition.
Right. So how does oral come in? I don't understand the oral part. How does that come into the mix?
No, I thought this evening we were having
Were you sent an email about some... Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm checking something. It's not tutorial. We are supposed to have this. No. Sorry, sir. Sorry about that. The members of the group.
Are you supposed to have me now or somebody else?
Yes, I am supposed to have you now, Mr. Robert Clark.
My name is Robin.
Rob.
So I'm almost sure I said in the last class that you're supposed to come to this class with the homework. I'm almost sure that's what I said. Anyways, if you don't have it, fine. Alea, Howard, go ahead for me. Let me see what you have. You and your group members.
Yes, sir. Janelle or Shanice, you can share your screen, please.
Is anybody going to share anything today?
Yes, sir, but I'm unable to share my screen right now. There's a lot of noise around me.
Send it to another group member. Simple. Each group member should have the same information just in case.
Alia, could you do the honor, please?
I'm not understanding this. So this is the book. Is it a book without chapter or a book with chapter? I'm not the first one, the white-head one. I'm not understanding it. And it's an edited book. This is not done as an edited book. You don't see first edition at the end. The white-head, don't you realize that's an edited book? Because it says first edition. Shanice Plummer, did you realize that it's an edited book?
What is that, sir?
I'm saying this is an edited book. The first example that you have, white-head, it's an edited book.
Yes, I'm seeing that, sir.
Right, but it's not done as an edited book. So that needs to be corrected. The second one is an edited book with a chapter.
Yes, sir.
Why are the names italicized? I don't understand.
Only the book name was to be italicized.
Right. So why are the names italicized? I'm not understanding that. And if it is an edition, if it is an edited book, I'm not seeing, this doesn't follow the rules of an edited book. So this, but you have edited book that I don't understand. You're supposed to do a book with chapter, book without chapter, and an edited book. But I'm a little bit confused because this is edited book with a chapter.
Yes, sir.
And that is actually, and even what is in the box is not correct. All right, let's look at the third one. Where's the third one?
Third one is the edited book.
The third one can't be the edited book. Something is wrong with this as well. So if this is the edited book, all right. So where are the spacings? Which font are you using? What's the name of this font? This is what?
Yes, sir.
What font did I tell you to use?
For the edited book, sir?
What font did I tell you to use? That has nothing to do with the edited book. What font I told you to use? Can somebody answer my question? What font did I tell you to use, guys?
I think it's Time Romans and
So Times New Romans, yes.
Oh.
And what's the size?
12.
Right. So this is calibre 11.
Yes, sir.
So this entire thing needs to be revisited. The entire thing needs to be revisited.
Okay, sir.
None of them have been documented properly. All right.
Yes, sir.
So you need to work with your group members to make the corrections. All right. Thanks much. At least we're looking at something for correction. All right. So I'm not beating up on you or anything. It's just I'm happy that you guys have something. You have produced something. All right. So stop sharing for me. Stop sharing for me, Miss Plummer.
Okay.
Do you have a relative at UA? You have a relative at UA, Dr. Plummer?
No, not that I know.
Okay. She's a former colleague of mine, good friend of mine, former colleague. When I taught there, she completed her PhD a few years ago. All right, Kurt Tomlinson, go ahead for me, Kurt. You and your group members. I don't know if you are sharing or the group members are sharing. Let us see what you have produced.
Yes, sir. You won't be able to hear me clearly because I'm currently traveling. I'm on audio mode, but I'll be able to share mine.
So the other persons can't share the screen. Mr. Tomlinson, can the other person share screen? You don't have to share the screen. So others can share the screen. Who are the other persons with whom you work? Can someone else in the group share the screen for me? Share screen for me. Can someone else who worked with Kurt share screen for me? Nobody's answering. All right. Roberta, go ahead for me. You or your group members. Roberta Thompson, are you hearing me? Can I see a raise of hands of all the persons?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you.
Yes, can you share screen or your group members can share screen?
No, I'm not able to. Group member will be doing so. We just get them together. Persons who are in my group, if we did. Persons in my group, a person that was in my group, can you share screen?
Who are these persons? They don't have names.
Really and truly, I didn't get to capture all the names from my group, but they know themselves.
Is somebody going to share a screen? I'm not teaching anything until I get my work from every single group. So let me just say that. All right. Teaching anything until I get my homework, not a foot further. So if you sit here for the 2 hours without anything, I'm not going any further until I get my work. Are they going to share a screen? All right, so I'm giving the class until 8 o'clock to get my work. All right, if I don't get my work at 8 o'clock, I'm ending the class. You can report me. Do I need to put you back in the breakout rooms for you to? I'm going to manually. You're about how many groups? There are about 6 of them. Is it 6 or 5?
Sir?
How many groups were there? Because I'm not going any further until I get my work. Not a foot further.
Sir, you hearing me?
I'm hearing you, sir.
So in the essence of time, I'm not wasting our money that we would have paid. I know that you have a policy and that is fine, I agree. However, could you continue with the class and just have us send the work to you and you grade them if so be the case, than to hold back the class and push back things? I'd
Who's
appreciate
holding
that.
back the
because some of
class?
us
You
are-
all right? Hold on. Who's holding back the class? Mr. Clark or the
No,
class is holding
no,
back the class?
you are not holding back the class. You know, we understand this. I understand this. Let me just speak for myself.
Yes.
However, what I'm saying is, while some of us, I speak for myself, might be away from the material, given that I did mine also on the laptop and my laptop would be at home, I would be at work, you know, I can say my case probably is genuine. Some of us didn't even get to record our group members' name and all of that. Nonetheless, what I'm asking you to do is put another major in place so we can just continue with learning, even though we have to learn this part for you to move on.
In
right?
other
So
words,
you
you're
can say,
instructing me
email
about
it
what
to-
I should do.
No, not necessarily. I'm asking you to put something in place so we can continue with learning while still meeting your demand for having the work submitted. That's all I'm asking. It's just a request.
So
if you
hold
cannot
on.
facilitate
I'm
this,
listening.
then
I'm
fine.
listening to your logic. So in doing the work is not learning. So in completing my work, is not a part of the learning process.
No, most definitely, it's a part of the learning process.
Right.
We're dealing with adults here and not some kids. You know, most of us, well, for myself, is important. I'm interested in learning. Nonetheless, we will be suffering because, you know, we all of us didn't get to submit the work. So hence, I'm asking if you can facilitate some of us by just, you know,
I am not doing that,
continue with
sir.
your teaching and
I am
then
not
submit the work.
continuing anything until I get my work.
Mr.
Oh,
Clark,
okay.
You know,
Mr.
Yes,
Clark,
I'm listening.
my group is ready to share screen. Myself, Jana Johnson, and Chantal, Emmanuel, and Davis.
Thank you very much. Take off those pictures for me. You don't put those pictures on a blog on a reference list.
I just want you to see the books that we use.
No, man, I don't need to see the cover. I don't need to see the pictures. I don't need to see the pictures. That's how we do it in the academy. You don't put example 2 and example. You do a reference list, and then if I question the integrity of the information, then I will go and search, because all I need to do is to copy and paste it, and I'll know the sources that were used. All right, walk me through your examples so I know which one is which.
Okay, so the first two are book with chapter, book without chapters.
Hold on. So the first 2 are book with chapters.
Yeah, one is book with chapter.
One
is
with
book
chapter and one without a
one
chapter.
without chapter.
All right. So the first one, so you can't have a punctuation. You see a question sign is a punctuation mark. So no punctuation mark can come after a question mark.
Okay, sir. I didn't know that one. Thanks.
Right. So, but in terms of the capital letters, what's wrong with some of the capital letters? I'm seeing a lot of capital letters. So I can see that the first one is a book, and I can see that it's a chapter in a book, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, all right. So how we correct it now? So we lowercase for the J, lowercase
Yes,
for the
sir.
J.
And
Yes. lowercase for the C and lowercase for M and lowercase for N. So lowercase for lowercase M for migration and lowercase N in narratives. And then everything else is okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Yes, so all you had to
I
do was
guess the
just
same thing for each one of them, sir. Lowercase for the next
right,
one.
right. So the only time you put uppercase is, so the first letter after a punctuation mark always begins with a capital letter. But
Okay, sir.
on the
Noted.
other words, only if they are proper nouns, you don't use a capital letter. The one with Warrell, what kind of source is this?
The one with Warrell, that's the book with chapter and without chapter.
Okay, so you just did two.
Yes,
All right, so the
sir.
right, so the same, so George Padmore's must be uppercase capital G, uppercase P as well, but the Black and Internationalism, common letters.
Lowercase, okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yes.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
The same thing for
The next example.
no,
So the
the same
next
thing for Black. So oh, you have a Black
No, sir, we
internationalist
did.
within
Yes,
the
sir, we did.
hold on. So Comintern, is that a country? Within the Comintern, is that a country? Let me check.
Sir,
A
which
Black
one is that?
The
that's
same
the
one at
for
Warwell.
George Padmore.
Yes, let me check.
International within the community.
So when I type it into Google, let's see what comes up. Comintern. All right, so it's actually seems to be an Indian word. Oh, what was Stalin's Comintern? But I'm not seeing the same word. You sure that's the word you saw?
Yes, sir.
Cominte within the
Comintern.
Yes, sir, in the book.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's what I'm asking about.
All right, let's see. Sometimes academics coin their own words. I'm seeing communist into. All right, let me just Google the source itself. George Padmore's. Let's just double check. George Padmore. So he comes up quickly. Black internationalism. This is what we do when we're marking your essays. We actually check to ensure that you're not making up the information. Black internationalism.
Sir, sorry about the noise. I'm at the bus stop, so I'm
No,
just
it's okay.
to...
No,
okay.
man, that's okay. If it becomes too noisy, then I'll just mute you.
Okay, sir, thanks.
Yeah. All right. So I found the book. Royal Explorers. Let's see, we press. But I'm not seeing that. I'm not in George. Oh, because that's a chapter in the book and I'm only looking at the book. All right, let it stay. If it's there, it's there. The only reason I was asking is whether or not it is a country, or that's what I was trying to find out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, all right. So let's look at the walk me through the third, this one. The one that is hope.
So that's the edited book, sir.
Edited
So
book.
Right, we have two examples.
All right, so the edited book needs to be corrected. And I think I made an error too when I was teaching you. So that's where I'm going to begin. So I won't fault anybody for the error with the edited book, because I realized when I was teaching the other class, I realized the error. That's why sometimes I don't rely on my, yeah, we're going to look at it. All right, we're going to look at it in terms of it. Yes, somebody says.
Sir?
Go ahead.
Sir.
When you were having this class, I actually came on late at 6 o'clock. So I saw some part, but here you have in this I'm with the first group that went.
I'm not hearing you so clearly.
No, I'm in the first group that went first.
Yeah.
Where you have in the column says name of the author's S in bracket of edited book. Isn't that the person's name and not the book itself? The person's name should be italicized.
Oh, well, it should
there's
be
an
the
error
title
there.
of the book.
Right.
It's the title of the book.
The italicized should have been in the other column.
Right, because that's what
Right.
I was working from. That's why I had the person's name italicized.
Well,
Right. So it should have been.
actually, no, it was a mistake and still right
It was
there. I
an
don't know
error.
because
Yeah,
It's
and I
because
in
think
the example,
I
mister, if you
yes.
look at the example, you will see that it's really the title that is italicized.
Right, right. Because remember, we also had a video. We watched a video, and in the video, they actually, and even we corrected it in the class, you know, because somebody pointed it out to me, and I
Yes,
said,
sir. It was me who did, but because I totally forgot that it was corrected. That's why.
okay,
No,
okay.
that's right, sir. I came in
But we
1 hour
did
late,
correct
so
it
maybe I
in
missed.
the example.
All right. So what we're going to do so we're going to start there in revisiting the edited book, because I realized that I left out two things. All right. But so next
Okay.
time around, guys, just don't put the picture. Well, I'm going to show you how to do the actual references. I'm just showing you the steps now. All right. Thanks, Chantel and group members.
Yes,
You're
sir. Sir,
welcome.
can you mute me, please? Because I'm unable to take up my phone now.
All right, cool. We don't want them to cut your throat there. Yes, them thief people phone like crazy in Jamaica. All right, thanks very much, Chantel. Stop sharing for me. All right, so some persons did do work. Yashika Bennett, what about you and your group? I'm not sure if you were in any other groups that presented before. Miss Bennett, talk to me.
So yes, I'm in one of the group that was presented. Both
Was
of
it the
us are
first or the second group?
second group. We both have the information. However, how he has the information, I don't have it that way because I use my phone. So I don't have the picture and all of that.
Okay, okay. Well, the picture should not be there either.
No, the picture should not be there.
I think they just wanted to be on the safe side.
But I just sent him the information, so I guess we would have to put it together because it's not in one.
Right, but don't worry about that, because what is going to happen, I'm going to walk you through all the stages, and then I show you the final product, which is called references. So you'll see that you take away all of the extraness, none of the boxes or anything like that. All right, so we'll get there eventually. What I want for you to do first is to appreciate how to do it.
Okay. So
Right.
can you give me a moment to type it in my notepad and not in our WhatsApp group chat, because then I'll have to share the group chat.
I don't understand. So you said that you presented before, right? Your group presented.
No,
Or you have it to share.
he has his on the way he can share it, but mine is not that way. Mine is typed in the group chat.
Type in the group. So, all right, I don't understand. How many persons are in the group? 2 persons, because I hear you talking about yourself and someone else. What about the other persons? Can they share?
I don't know. The only other person says he's using his phone too. So
But remember, people, when you're working in a group, you're supposed to make these decisions before you come to class. Remember, I said to you that you're going to share a screen when you come to the class. So that is something that you would have had to work out prior to coming to the class. You have to work these things out. Have to work them out. All right. So is it that you have something to share?
yes, but I'm saying mine was written in a book. It wasn't written on my device because I'm using my phone, so it's written in a book. His is written on his phone, so I'm asking you to give me time to write mine in a notepad so I can share my notepad instead of the WhatsApp group chat.
But I'm here. What about the other persons who are supposed to be in the group? That's what I'm asking.
Just 2 of us.
It was just 2 of you?
At home.
Excuse me, Mr.
Yes, you're talking about Kurt. Go ahead, Kurt. Turn off the music.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm on my way home, sir, as I said before.
Right.
That is why I asked that I could put up the information that I have, but I wouldn't be able to speak because of the background noise and so forth.
All right, so we'll wait until you reach home. Either of you.
Okay.
Or you can send it to her so she can share. But remember, you're not supposed to write anything at this level. Everything has to be typed.
No, sir. Mine was typed in Google Documents and has the requisite information.
Okay, all right. So we'll give you time to reach home.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Or if you want to send it to me and I share, no problem. You can send it to me and I'll share it for you. If you send it to me via WhatsApp, I can share it.
Okay, sir. I'll forward it to you right.
Okay, all right. While you're doing that, Karen Dixon, I'm not sure if you were in either of the 2 groups that presented before. Karen
Sir,
Dixon, yes.
yes, sir. Unfortunately, I was not in the class.
Oh, you were not in the class. All right, all right,
No.
all right. Nikita, I'm not sure. Remember, I told you guys to write out your full name. Very important that you write out your full name. I'm sure Nikita's name is not there. If that's the first name, where's the last name? Remember, this is a class. You have to write out your full name. Miss Nikita, can you share screen for me, or share the information, or somebody in your group? Is Nikita there?
Yes, sir, I'm here, but I'm not able to do so right now. I only have my phone with me.
Who else? With whom did you work? There are some other persons with whom you work. What about them?
It was Avril, and I'm not sure of the others.
Where's Avril? Avril is in the class. Go ahead, Avril, share for us.
Sir, mine was in the first. I was just speaking to you, sir. I was in the first group. That second thing.
Oh, you are the first group that share screen?
Right, group 4.
Okay, okay. That just need to make a few corrections.
Right.
Okay, yeah, right. So it's okay. Once we see something, nothing is wrong if there are corrections to be made, but we just want to see that work was done. All right. Cardinal Winter. Don't think I've ever called that name. Cardinal Winter, talk to me.
Sir, sorry, I'm using my daughter's laptop because I am not at home and I didn't get to reach home in time. And
that's okay. What about your okay.
I'm in
what about your group?
Supposed to be in group with Kurt. But sir, I'm not get in contact with any of them.
Why not? We have a WhatsApp group and I saw people talking and exchanging numbers and forming their group. So it's not as if they were not. It's not as if they're
sir.
People, I'll excuse it for today, but when you don't play with me, I don't play with my homework, And nobody, when you don't do my homework, don't come to my class and tell me madness about continue teaching. I am not into it.
Sorry, sir, I do apologize.
Right, you must do the work. You're here to learn. I am not one of those lecturers who say, oh, you don't do the work and I move on. I don't do that. I know why I'm teaching you this now, because when you get to your documented essay, you have to repeat it. Please do the work. This is not high school. I'm not going to run you down and you come and give me and tell me that you're adults. If you're adults, do the work. That's what adults do. Adults behave responsibly by doing the work. All right, so persons might need some correction. So I did say that I'm going to start by revisiting now the edited book first, and then I show you newspaper, manuscript, and I show you academic journal, and oh yes, the newspaper and the academic magazine are actually documented the same. So I'll teach you both of them at the same time. So let's go back now to looking at the edited book, because there's something that I missed. Let me just bring up my sheet first. Let me share. No, not ready to share screen. Let's just watch the thing first. APA. Where's my video? Let me just find the video, because I think I posted the video. Did I not share this video with you guys? Oh, Kurt, I think Kurt just shared something. Let's see what Kurt has first. All right, so I'm going to share screen. Share screen. All right, so with all of these excitement, let's take them off. So Curtis, only one look at something you have on the paper. Hold on. So with the picture that was there was one big excitement, which is not what I want. So it's not finished yet, because this is what type of source is this, Kurt? The only one you have, so you can't tell me, say you don't know what I'm talking about. What type of source is this? Is it a book, edited book, book with chapter, book without chapter? What is it?
So it's a book with no chapter.
Right, so it's book with no chapter. All right, so it is correctly documented, but please, next time around, ensure you finish my work. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is correct. All right, so let's go to the edited book now. Let's just, oh, I was about to say that I did share it. The video actually is in the WhatsApp group, so I just need to find it back. know the videos in this group. Right, here it is. All right, let me open it up big. No, that's not what I want. This is not how I want to share it. I want to share it up here, right? All right, so hold on. I'm going to share a screen. Let's just revisit how to do the edited book because I missed something. So just pay attention, please.
Hello and welcome to UTS Library's tutorial on referencing a book chapter in an edit.
Oh, the reason we are doing this, everybody is going to do the edited book, all right? Everybody will be doing this one before we move on.
Hello and welcome to UTS Library's tutorial on referencing a book chapter in an edited book using the APA 7 style. In this video, we'll show you how to reference a book chapter in an edited book where each chapter is written by a different author or authors. To reference a book chapter, you need the author or authors of the chapter, the year the book was published, the title of the chapter, the editor or editors of the book, the title of the book, the edition number, the page range of the chapter, and the name of the book's publisher. After you gather this information, it's time to reference. Start with the author's surnames and the initials of their given names. Then list the year the book was published in parentheses. Next, list the title of the chapter. Then write the word in and list the editor or editors of the book, followed by ED or EDS in parentheses. Note that the editor's initials come before their surname. Next, write the title of the book in italics. For both the chapter and book title, capitalize only the first word, any proper nouns, and the first word after a colon. After the title, the edition number and page range of the chapter should be listed in parentheses.
This is partly what I missed, people. So I didn't say, for example, second edition. If it is the first edition, you don't put, if I remember correctly, you just put ED. So notice the full stop and the comma. This is very important. You have to put the full stop, you have to put the comma. They put PP. All right, so some people put PP. Well, I did tell you what PP means, right? Pages, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So just remember this. Remember where the in is, the in. So for the name, so these are the persons who edited the book. So it's the first name, initial, last name, the ampersand. I'm not sure if you know that this is called the ampersand. What we call the and sign. So notice you put EDS, ampersand, AMPERSAND, ampersand. PERSAND. It's called ampersand. You got that?
Yes, sir. I never knew that.
All right.
Little bit warm.
Why am I muting and it's not muting? Don't I have host? Right. So why was I muting? All right. So just remember that. Remember this EDS is very important. EDS is very important, but there's something, listen, there's something else I should tell you.
You do not need to list the edition number of a first edition.
Right, which is if it is a first edition, you don't put anything here, you just put the pages because EDS means edition. Understand? But once it reaches the second edition, no, that's when you put this here. All right?
Next, write the name of the publisher.
Yes.
What I want to know, if you have where you have the editors or the auditors, and if there's like 3 or 4, still write out all the names
Yes.
same way.
Yes, only if it reaches, I think if I remember correctly, if it is over 7, that's when you don't write out everyone. You write like the first 3, then you put the ellipses. Anybody knows what we call ellipses?
Yes, sir. The dot.
The 3 dots, not the dot, the 3 dots.
3 dots, okay.
Right, the 3 dots. And then you write the last name. So the 3 dots indicate to the reader that you have a lot of persons either edited the book or authored the chapter that you're citing. And it's actually the same thing with the same thing for any source. That's how you do it. All right, because you do have some books or chapters that are written by numerous people because it came out of like a project. For example, I worked on a project at UA looking at the creative and cultural industries, and some persons are want to get it published. So Professor Hope and I worked for her. So it's really her, even though I wrote it, it's really her that owns the intellectual property rights because I was paid to write it. But she and I spoke today, and we have decided to publish it together so that I can get another publication under my belt. And if you work in the academy, these things are important when you apply for like jobs to teach elsewhere in the world. They're going to ask you how many publications you have, and they're going to Google your name to see what comes up and stuff like that. All right, so these kinds of things are very important, and this is why APA documentation style is important, because it ensures that there's academic integrity in the process. I'm sure you not want to, for example, carry out a research for over 10 years, do the work, publish it, and then somebody comes and claims it. All right, and that's why this process is important. All right, let's just listen to the rest of it, and then we write the example.
If your book chapter contains a DOI number, place this at the end of the reference. Note that there is...
Or the DOI is if you found the edited book online, and sometimes they'll give you the DOI and sometimes they won't. All right, if they don't give you the DOI, but you have the retrieve link, I'll show you how to document that. But I want to do everything in stages. I don't want to teach you everything all at once and you become a little bit confused. All right, so there will be a time when I talk about the DOI in a little bit more detail.
There's no full stop after the DOI. In this video, we cover...
All right, so now all right, some persons have not gone into the breakout room. Tadria, Shanique, Roberta, Monique, can you go into the breakout room for me, please? Monique, Shanette, not Monique, Shanette, Tadria, so it seems as if Tadria is not even in the class. Yashika, you fell off? All right, so you got more than enough time. All right, room 1, Alea, Carla, Cardone, and Shanette. Bailey, let's see what you have in terms of the edited book. Let's see what you have.
Can you share the screen, please?
All right, so let's see. I'm seeing the person is JRR.
Yes, sir.
Is it a first edition?
Yes, sir.
That means you don't need ED here then. Because it's a first edition, right? I'm seeing the abuse of the capital letters all over. Where should we, and I don't see something being italicized. What should be italicized? What should be italicized?
The title.
Title.
Up to date, right? Hold on. I'm seeing us in terms of how we write for the in part. We're supposed to see the first name, initial, first name, initial, and the last name, but I don't see that there. So that needs correction. After the in, you're supposed to see, look at what I posted in the WhatsApp group and correct it. Don't stop sharing, do not stop sharing. But look what I have in the WhatsApp group. There are several, a few things in the middle part that are off. So look at what comes after in. What do I say after in? First name, initial, followed by last name of author. Right? So correct that for me. Ali, are you correcting it? Are you not sure what I'm talking about?
That should be in FC.
No, it can't be FC. What's the person's first name? What is the person's first name? Remember, you're supposed to write down all of the information, I told you that when you're doing these things, you have to write it down, just in case you have to go back to the information. Either you write it down or you save the link. You guys wait until you reach master's and PhD level. You have to be very, very meticulous with these things. What's the person's first name? Ali, you're not correcting. I don't see any correction going on there. Leo, talk to me. What's happening? Group members, Carla, Cardone, and Shanette. What's happening? What's the person's first name?
It doesn't spell out the person's first name, sir.
That's not possible. You can't find an edited book. Any reputable book, and you don't have the person's first name.
Carl F. Hostetter. Carl.
Right. So it means that C should have been there, right? Look at what the instruction says in the WhatsApp group. And just follow the instructions. I am waiting for the person to finish correcting the thing. Are you finished correcting? I'm not sure.
Yes, sir. The person's first name initial,
followed
by the last name C, which for Carl, and then Hostetter.
What? But I'm still seeing FC.
C,
S.
Delete that.
What about the commas and all of that? Please look at what is in the WhatsApp.
Writing it in.
That comma cannot be correct. That's how it is placed. It's right next to the bracket. That's not how you do a comma. Are you just randomly putting commas over, or are you looking at the instruct? Can you guys help her, please? You're in the group. Let me know when you're finished.
The first initial last name, full stop, EDS in brackets, full stop, comma.
EDS cannot be in, can be full stop.
After the EDS is a comma. EDS, bracket, then the comma. And is sir says should write C Carl, his first name, Carl F. Hostetter in.
But the C and the H are, isn't that one word? Because I don't see any space between. This is why the red line is there. Remove that full stop.
So it's Carl F. Hostetter.
There's still something wrong with that thing. In terms of the capital letters, what's wrong with the capital letters?
So should she write out the name Carl?
I am asking.
No,
I'm not talking about the
says-
name. I'm talking about the capital letters in the source.
Only the first word should have the capital letter.
After each punctuation mark, unless it's a proper noun. So please correct that for me.
Sir, can you repeat that?
Can somebody help her, please? You should only capitalize the first word, the first letter after a punctuation mark, unless the other words are proper nouns.
So put the lowercase.
Isn't earth a proper noun? Is that the only place we need to lower the case?
Marine books publication.
No. You're not supposed to trouble the publishing house. That's not where the other correction is needed. Okay, it looks much better now. In real life, I would actually, did you get this online?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me teach you something additional now. So put your cursor at the full stop after publications. Space, retrieved from, comma, retrieved from, comma, copy and paste the link for me now. The book source, just copy and paste the link. No, not that. You're going to go to, put back the cursor after the comma, right? You're going to go back to the online source now, and you see that thing that is, you see that long thing like HHP www. You're going to copy and paste it. That's what I mean.
So go back on the web browser,
right,
and type in everything.
No,
that
you're
I
not going to
just
type
wrote.
in anything. You're going to copy and paste, copy the book source where you find it on the internet and paste it there. Understand? Do you understand?
No, sir.
All right, stop sharing. Let me show you. All right, so let me share. No, that's not share. That's not share. All right, share screen. All right, so let's just say that this is my book source, right? This is, you're seeing my source right here, right? My edited book, right, people?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I write retrieved from, comma. Now I need to go, I need to indicate to the reader where I got that book. So where did I? So here it is. You're still seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
What are you seeing? Tell me what you're seeing.
APA introduction.
All right,
page.
all right, so you're not seeing what you're supposed to be seeing. All right, so let me share screen again and show you. All right, are you seeing my screen now?
Yes, sir.
When I say the URL, this is the URL. You just go here and copy it. This is the URL. You copy it. Let me stop sharing now again and start sharing again and show you. And you paste it here, retrieve from, and you paste it. It means this tells the reader or the marker where you got the book source. It means that you got the book online. So even though it's a book, the book was recovered online. So it's the same thing. Remember, I told you about the DOI, the digital object identifier. This is called the URL. In other words, where did you locate this book online? Understand?
So sorry, you're saying even though we
can you do it again, please?
when we type in say we're looking for a book, the history of psychology, and we find the book and we're writing all the information as it relates to the APA format about that book. And because we find it online, you're saying that we have to copy the link where we found it and put in the APA format as well?
No, you're putting the URL. This is called the URL.
Right. So it is supposed to go here as well.
Right. It's mandatory. That's why I'm saying I'm teaching it in stages. I never wanted to teach you this, but you know, yet. So, and it's the same thing for all the other sources. If you find a newspaper online, if you find a magazine online, if you find a journal online, you either put the DOI or the URL. Does everybody in the class understand? Can't be lost. I just thought you.
Wait,
all right,
no,
watch
no,
me.
no.
Hold on. Just hold on, please.
Sir.
Can you hold on? Can you hold on, please? Or watch me now, people. Just watch me. No, this is not what I want. No, this is not what I want. Where is it? I normally use it to block things. Oh, yeah. No, that's not it. Where is it? Is it this? Oh, but because the other one is. All right. Pretend that the thing that I've blocked out. Are you seeing the thing that I blocked out? No, pretend it's not there. You understand this part, right?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you, sir. That as it relates to APA format, I've done APA format formatting before and I'm still not getting it. I don't know if it is that I blocked my mind or whatever, but I am not getting it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I understand as you're saying that when we find the information, or we're supposed to copy and paste and whatever and stuff like that. I understand all of that. It's just the format I am having issue with.
This is why I gave you the box up here. That's why what you do, you follow the box exactly. And then all you have to do is to follow exactly what is here. And I also share a video. You sit down, you watch the video and follow the instructions. That's why I gave you the box up here, so that you can. So the first thing you do is last name. The first thing you do is first name initial. Let me just put in initial. Then the next thing you do, open bracket, year of publication, close bracket, full stop. The next thing you do, title of chapter and edited book, which is right here. Then the next thing you do, you put the word "and" in, which is right here. Then you put first name, initial, which is here. Last name, which is here. You put "ed" in bracket, which is here. Then you put a comma, which the comma is here. Then you put title of edited book, italicized. Here it is, right here. Then you put followed by, if it is a first edition, you don't put anything, which is not here. And then you put in brackets the page number where the chapter that you have read is located, which is right here. Then you put the publisher, which is right here. All you're doing is just literally filling in the blanks.
Thank you, sir.
Do you understand a little better now?
Sir, a little better, and also I'm watching the videos as I go along. So maybe eventually I get it.
And you have to, this is something that you have to practice, because if you realize that I myself even forgot some of the specificities, because it happens. So it's something that you have to be doing over and over and over for it to become a part of you. So that when your lecturer, it doesn't have to be me, says, okay, students, write your essay. Remember, you must document it in APA 7th edition. You know exactly what you're doing. The only new thing I taught you was the notion of adding, of just telling the marker where you got the book from, because most of you are going to get the book online because you're not physically going to a library. And all you do is to write retrieve from, comma, and you copy and paste the link. Any questions? Talk to me if you're still not understanding.
Okay, sir. Suppose I'm writing on paper and I didn't use a book, but I did get my online source, so I could just put in the URL.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Hold on. Remember now, I'm going to teach you how to document every source, but we're just at the book stage.
Okay, sir.
We're just at the book stage. The next thing I'm going to teach you is newspaper. Then I'm going to teach you magazine. Then I'm going to teach you journal. Then I'm going to teach you what is called altered web page and all of that. So you're going to learn everything. Any student who gives me a paper with just URLs, I just give it 0 and move on. That's usually what I do, because it means that you don't respect the academy and respect how things ought to be done in the academy. And it's actually, as I said, you just have to practice for it to become a part of you. It's a very tedious process, not only for you, but for me too, when I have to write anything. And trust me, you're just being introduced to the very basic. There are some way other things that you will learn as you go along once you reach the master's and doctoral levels. All right, and it's not difficult. It's not very difficult. As I said, it comes with practice. All right, so thanks, room 1 for your, yes.
Sir, excuse me, I posted the URL in the chat because I was the one that looked up the book, so I posted in the chat.
You were supposed to post it on the paper, not in the chat.
Yes, sir, we weren't aware, so that's why I'm putting it in there right now.
No, you need to put it on the paper. You don't need to put it in the chat.
Okay.
So just correct it, because what you're going to do, at the end of this process, you're going to compile what is called your references, and then I'm going to teach you some other things. So all the sources that you're looking up and documenting, ensure that you're not destroying or deleting those papers. You're actually keeping them. Then I'm going to show you how you put the entire list together. But I'm teaching you in stages. I can't teach you everything all at once. All right. Why does my screen look so strange? All right, room 2, Chantal, Natoya, Nikita. Go ahead for me. Chantal, Practice, and Nikita. Go ahead for me.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen.
Okay. All right, I am confused.
All right, so the URL should be.
That's not a URL. That's not a URL. That is not a URL. A URL normally starts with HTTP something something something. That's not a URL. Can anybody tell me, is this an edited book? What is missing? What are we not seeing if it is an edited book?
Page range.
We're not seeing the page. Yes, so that is missing. What else is missing? Yes.
Sir, the person name after the in.
Right.
We don't know which is the name of the book or.
Right. So we don't even know if this is well, they have Oxford University, and I don't know why it is in common letters. I don't know why it is in common letters.
True.
So there are several things missing from this. So is focus on social problems, is that the edited chapter? What's the name of the edited book then? Because we don't see that.
All right, this is the name of the book. Focus on social problem. That's the name of the book.
So what's the name? What chapter in the book are you citing? We don't see this. We don't see that. We're not seeing that. Look at the thing in the WhatsApp. It's very, you just follow it to the T. Once you follow it to the T, you can't go wrong. Even if you're confused, if you follow it to the T, you can't go wrong. There are several things because this is an edited book. It says last name, first name, year of publication, title of chapter in edited book. Then you put in, then you put first name initial followed by last name of edited book followed by EDS in parentheses. Then you put the title of the edited book in italicized followed by open bracket PP. You put the page range followed by publisher. There are several things missing from this. Did you look at what was posted and did you rewatch the YouTube video?
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. I did.
All right. And is it one? So Stumbo, M, and John, are they the same persons or are there two different persons?
There are two different persons.
How would I know? So where's the ampersand? The ampersand is needed. What's the ampersand again?
The three dots.
The and sign?
The and sign,
Oh,
right.
So it should be between the two editors' name right there.
They're not supposed to be the editor, they are supposed to be the author of the chapter in
Right, the authors, right. It should be between the two authors.
Right. So this needs a lot of fixing.
Okay.
So go back to the source and correct it. Go back to the source and correct it, okay?
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right. And just do it for your homework. As I said, guys, you have to do it over and over. There's spacing issues as well. The M is next to the comma and all that. This is something that you have to do over and over until it becomes a part of you. All right. Room 3, A. Morgan, Kurt Tomlinson, Tadria Davis, Tariq Fenton. Go ahead for me. Let's see what you have.
Sorry, see, I sent a message. I don't have a, is my phone I'm using for class.
Yes, I saw that, but you're not the only one in the group. I saw your message, but you're not the only one in the room. So there are several persons who can share screen. I'm just hoping that you contribute. All you guys work together. You don't have to share screen because you're not able to. Who is going to share screen?
Anyone want to give me the WhatsApp number so I can send?
Did you guys work together? Kurt, Tadria, and well, I know Kurt is on his way home. Tadria and Tariq, I need some responses from you guys. Okay. All right, let's move on. Room 4. Go ahead for me. Janelle, Roberta, Shani, Chantel. Go ahead for me.
Sir.
Yes.
Chantel, the thing is, we didn't get to finish, so we were wondering if we could share.
Shanice is going
to finish it up now.
All right, go ahead, Shanice, if you're going to share a screen.
Hey. What's she there?
Who's sharing screen in room 4?
Sir, Shanice is sharing screen on her laptop.
Yes, sir, let's give her a second, so she's dealing with it.
All right, so let's see what's happening here. Let me just take this off, move this over a little. I hope you're not showing me the homework, and you did something else.
No, sir, it's the same thing, but we're just going, we're doing on a next page.
Okay, all right, so. But we're
there
seeing the abuse. Yes, we're seeing the abuse of the capital letters
sir.
again.
Sir, we didn't finish. We was trying to get.
Okay, okay. All right, so take that off. The Reggae Stories, that's not the URL. The URL is what is up the top. All right, take that off. Leave the URL part. You don't have to put in the URL. I'll teach you that at another time. Take that off for me. All right, so what is there already though? Where should we have put common letters?
The name of the book.
You're asking me or you're telling me? Remember I said to you, only the first word after each punctuation mark must begin with a capital letter unless it is a proper noun.
Sir, protest should be in the P for protest should be a common letter.
And curse words.
And words should be in common letter as well. It should be in DPO. Reggae stories, Jamaican, musical should be, yes, legacy should be lower caps, culture and legacy again should be lower caps. PP, the University of the West India Press.
So the title of the book italicized and bold too.
Kingston should be there, right?
The
publisher,
yes.
There's one more word that should have lowercase.
Press.
Press. Should it be press?
That's what I want.
You're not supposed to trouble the publisher. Social people. Social is a proper noun.
Right. Social, yeah.
No, sir, social should be
right.
lowercase.
It's not common. So social should be right.
Something is messy there in the DP hope. Something is messy there. It's a little bit messy. That's why you even see the red thing come on. It's a little bit messy there. Is there supposed to be a full stop after hope? Are you sure about? Are you sure about that?
The edition should be there, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Leave that out.
Yeah, the edition should be there. It's first edition. So it should be ED.
No, yeah, so if the edition is
Sorry,
first, if it's the first one published, it shouldn't be there.
Look at the example in the WhatsApp group. Look at the example. Look at what is in the WhatsApp group. After in, and then look at, I made sure to put it in to color code it. Help her people. She's struggling. She kind of paused in mid-air.
It says first name initial followed by the last name of the author and then the edition. But it's first edition, so should we still have the EDS, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be down
So it
where
should
you say
be
PP. It's supposed to be in the brackets where PP is at.
So talk to me. What else should she do here? Is she finished there with the EDS?
No, sir. That's a first edition.
What else should you put there now? Right.
Chinese?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it, sir?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. URL should be at the bottom now.
No, leave the URL. You don't have to kill yourself with the URL. Leave the URL. I'll teach you that at another time.
Sir.
So if it's available, don't
after
put it there.
Peter touch. Sir, after Peter touch and the command is common.
Yes, because it's not a proper noun. It's not a proper noun. It's a part of the title. This is a chapter.
At the chapter.
Right. I actually read this chapter, Peter Touch, Social Protest and Jamaican Curse Words. He has a song called Bumbleclad. So the chapter focuses on that.
Sir, so the title of the chapter shouldn't be in capital, only the
Right.
Only
So
the proper, right?
Only the
So
name of the
Jamaica
book?
could be in
right. So you
capital.
italicize the name of the book. The same thing for newspaper, same thing for magazine, same thing for, that's what you're going to learn. The name of the book is always italicized. The name of the journal, the name of the newspaper, the name of the magazine is always italicized, but nothing else.
Sir,
Yes?
on the video that you showed us about editing, the
Mhm.
EDS, it was supposed to be in the bracket where the page is the PP. That's what I
No,
saw it.
no, man. The only time
No,
you put it
Daniel,
down
that's
here,
if
if
the
it is,
um,
More
only
than
if it is a second edition. So because
edition.
this is just a first
One
edition, you don't,
edition.
right, you don't put it there.
right.
Okay, okay.
Right. Janelle, go ahead. Is it that you,
This is
Janelle
so
raised her hand?
Sir?
intricate.
No,
Yes?
sir,
Sir?
I said what I
Hold
said.
on. Janelle, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I asked the question. You answered me already.
Okay, all right. All right, so
Sir,
someone else was speaking, go ahead.
I'm seeing two hope. She has it at the beginning and then
No, it's correct because what happens is that Dr. Hope, and she's actually Professor Hope, she edited the collection, but she also has a book. She also has a chapter in the edited collection.
okay.
Yeah, I'm actually in the same book. I have my own chapter in this very book. So I know actually have the book at home. All right, so she's correct because they do have usually the editor also has a chapter in the book. Always they usually. So it is
she would be
correct.
the author. She would be the author and also the
And the editor.
Hold on, you have to be careful when you say what do you mean by author. The editor is not the author of the book. The editor means that the editor is the person who goes through and pulls the book together, which is right where she has it. The author for the book chapter is D Hope, which is Peter Touch, Social Protest and Jamaican Coursewords. In other words, an edited book does not have one author because there are different chapters in the book. This is why you have to document which chapter you use in the book. Understand?
Yes, sir. So D Hope is a different person from DP Hope.
It's the same person, but she's both editor and author of a book chapter. Not understanding?
Sir, you have DP there and just D Hope.
It means that they need to correct it. Usually they take out the P for me because she doesn't use the P.
Okay.
Take out the P. She doesn't really use the P. Right, D Hope. Space for me?
Yes, sir, it's a mistake.
Right. So you were correct in terms of asking why they have DP Hope and then have Hope D. Right. So that's so this is correct. All right, thanks again, room 4. And you guys have been doing very good. At least Shanice and I think Chantel, you had showed me some work before. So I'm seeing consistency in terms of producing work. Chanel, my
answer.
yes.
Question.
Yes,
okay.
question. Go ahead.
What were you saying about the ISBN number when
you can't put ISBN number is not a part of the documentation style. ISBN, I think, is part of the commercial location of the book.
Okay, sir. So when I was doing my work, I can what I'm going to do is take a picture of it, get a picture of it, and send it to you in the group so you can see what was done for my piece.
Okay, no problems.
But what I was alluding to is that the book that I would have used would be Profile of Excellence by Ian Byrne and Glenford Smith. But I wanted to know that given that I had the physical book, how would I get, like, you would use the reference for the link, the URL for the link? How would I?
So in your case, no, because you have the physical book, there is no need for a URL or a DOI because you have the physical book. So when the person reads, when the person does not see a DOI or a URL, they know that you have the physical book or you use the physical book. Understand now? Roberto?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. I get the picture so I can see what was done on WhatsApp. There might be corrections, but I would just show you that the work was actually done.
Yes.
But I'm not where the laptop is. So I'm going to get that
all
in the
right.
group chat.
So this is something I will teach everybody. Always email your work to yourself because you never know where you might be. The laptop might stop function. I learned that the hard way at UA. You always email your work to yourself. Even when I buy, even for example, if you get a receipt and you know that they probably want to see the receipt, I always take a picture of it and email the picture to myself and I label it. Let's just say that you get the receipt for your birth certificate. You know, these things are very easily lost. So I usually take a picture of the receipt and email it to myself just in case I have to reprint. So that's what you should do. So that just in case you're not in the same location, also to use your phones in a way where, for example, you email the work to yourself, but you can access your email on your phone, download the work and share it even in WhatsApp. So you know that if you're supposed to access it, it's on your phone. Or if you're supposed to show somebody or share it to somebody, you can quickly share it. Just as how Kurt was able to share his work with me, and I could just get it quickly and share it and show the class or share it with the class. So these are the little things that you should learn, because you'll find that when assignment is due, the computer is going to crash. It's not working. JPS cut off your light, or cable and wireless, or digital, the connectivity is down. All kinds of things are going to happen. So you always email your work to yourself. As I said, I learned the hard way when I was an undergraduate student. All right.
I just recently learned something tonight that you stated that academic writing, we should be doing the typing and not much of writing in book. And what I would have done is, when you give us the past work, I was using my phone. So I have a book that I write them in. Nonetheless, I can take pictures of them just in case, you know. But I'm just saying.
No, we don't want it that way. No, man, we don't want no picture of the work.
I didn't know that this evening, sir. I didn't know that until this evening. So
that you must type?
Yes, sir, that you must be consistently typing on the laptop and sharing from the laptop.
Yes. No, it doesn't have to be. If you can type on your phone, you know, or if you can type on your tablet, no problem. But it must be typed. At this level, we take typed work. No writing, only when you're writing in exams. But when it's an assignment, it must be typed, because we want to be able to, some of your handwritings are very colorful and creative, and we don't want to spoil the creativity. So as a result, we standardize the process by saying everybody must type.
Okay, sir, noted. You can look at the WhatsApp group to see the citing or the reference by the book from Ian Boyne and Glenn, for instance.
I will. Janelle, you have another point? I see your hand raised again.
Yes, sir. Question. About the URL. When you want to get that, is it that you go, when you go on Amazon, when you see the book, you go above the letter slot that you would have typed in www. That's where you just copy.
I just copy and paste. Right, exactly.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
You just copy and paste it. So that so what happens? Let me give you why am I being so critical? Being so meticulous in this process. So what happens? What happens is that when, for example, you submit a master's thesis, a research paper for either a master's or a PhD, they are going to submit it to the library. The library is going to, the first place the library is going to go to is your reference list, and they are going to check every single source. Every one of them, they're going to check. If they're unable to locate the source, if it is not proper, first of all, if it's not properly documented, they're going to give you back the thing to correct. Secondly, if they can't locate the source, they might accuse you of making up sources, because they do have people who do that. So to cover yourself, you do it properly from day one. And as I said to you before, it will become a part of you once you're doing it over and over and over. So this is why you see I'm taking my time to ensure that you do it, so that when you start writing your paper, somebody's talking, so that when you reach a stage where you have to write your paper, and I say, okay, this is not the only thing I want to learn. There's another side to it called in-text citation, which I'm not going to teach you anytime now. I'm going to teach you way further down in the semester. All right, so this is just one half of the coin. There's another half to it. All right, that is a little bit more challenging as well. All right, so that was room 4. Room 5, I'm seeing Janelle and Karen Dixon. Go ahead for me. Stop sharing screen and allow them to. Room 5, Janelle and Karen. Go ahead for me. And I think after that we can. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, her name is Janelle. I am Janelle. You have Janelle Sutherland and you have Janelle Johnson.
All right, hold on. So this is Janelle Johnson, but I'm seeing for room 5, I'm seeing Janelle Sutherland.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But
Oh,
you
I keep.
called my name.
Oh, my apologies. All right, Janelle Sutherland, Karen Dixon, go ahead for me. Come on, guys, talk to us. We do. I want to teach you how to do the newspaper. Janelle or Karen, are you guys going to share?
Sir, I'm currently using my phone. I did it on in Word on my phone, but I don't know how to share it.
Can just share it with me via WhatsApp and I will share it for you.
Okay.
Did you send it? Okay, so I heard the
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp.
I'm a little bit lost, so bear with me. I sent it.
All right, so let me share screen and guys, just help me and tell me if what you think about this one. Where is it? This is it. Is it correctly done? Talk to me, guys. What do you think about this one?
The font is not Times New Roman.
Sir, and she didn't do the hanging and the double line spacing.
Anything else?
There's some
Is this an
the
edited
page,
book?
no, sir, because there's so many things missing and it's too hot. That's 1980. The book's supposed to be in 10 years flat.
And
Right.
Caribbean is missing the C.
And smile should be lowercase. S in
Yes.
smile.
And it's supposed to be in with the person name, with person, the author, and the in that is missing.
All right. So you notice I never had to open my mouth. Your classmates gave you feedback. So go on correct. All right.
Quick question about the book Old Story Time. I have the copy of the book, so it's saying this edition is published by. So I'm wondering because maybe I don't get it or I don't understand it. The first published was Longman, and this edition is in 2021 by a different publisher. So
then why did you put
it's not
1988?
edited.
Why did you put 1988?
Because it's a group work. We didn't have time to really finish it up because we never did know what to do. And we added you to the group to advise us why we were put in breakout rooms. Because we didn't hear.
So I'm the problem. I'm the reason why.
I'm not saying you are the problem. I'm saying what happened. We never hear what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, but were you at the
So
last class though? Hold on. Were you at the last class? Because this is just a repeat, you know. You realize that we're just repeating the last of what we did in the last class, and I did post a recording as well. This is really a repeat, so it's not as if I'm asking you to do something new.
Let me tell you what happened. It's Yashika speaking. I'm listening, and then only thing I hear, I'm listening and I hear the video. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi drop or whatever the case may be, but I did not hear when you put us in breakout room and say XYZ. So we were asking, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? That's when we added you to the group.
Okay. All right, stop sharing for me, please.
Okay.
You're still sharing.
Sir, isn't
Sir, are
you
you
sharing?
sharing?
Oh, I'm the one sharing. Sorry. Yes, my bad.
Sir, is it okay for you to cut and paste or you have to type it?
You have to type it. You want me to give you 0? You're crazy. You can't cut and paste. It's not a cut and
No,
paste.
sir, and
course.
I know it, but I'm just want to confirm. I just want to
Because
make
of what
sure.
you're seeing on screen, right?
Yes, sir.
No, man, you have to type out everything, man. The only thing you don't type is the URL where you just copy and
But it's the
everything
URL
else.
from PS.
Well, it was, as I said before, let's not speak about the URL because I'll teach you that in the future. All right. So let's not speak about the URL. All right. So the other thing that I'm going to teach you now is how to document a newspaper. So let's go to the newspaper. It's a little bit different.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Before we go to the newspaper, sir.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
To source the books to practice these, sir, which site is best for me to go on to get the books with all information that we need?
All you need to do is to, I think the videos are easier for you to understand than sitting and reading. So there's YouTube APA 7th edition, like YouTube. So it's a APA 7th edition book, APA 7th edition book chapter, APA 7th edition edited book, APA 7th edition newspaper. And you're going to see the videos come up instructing you about what to do.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the reading probably will be a little bit tedious versus watching the videos. All right, so let's do newspaper now, right? Let me see if I remember newspaper now. So we have the same thing, year of publication, title of something, 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 name of newspaper. And in the event that there is a URL. All right, so I think I got it now. So it's going to be last name, comma, first name initial, year of publication, sometimes you have this title, well you should, title of section in newspaper, name of newspaper, italicized. I usually do this just for you guys to remember. Let's move this from here. And not always. If I remember, I think this is optional. Optional. Retrieved.
Sir, excuse me, Yashika, I have a question that you want to ask.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Yashika. Is she putting it in the chat or?
No. So I was asking about old story time. I'm trying to understand because I have, as I said, I have the book in person. So it's saying that it was first. So for me, what I'm understanding from the book is that it's the published version of the book that was changed. So it's not like we can put like it was changed by this author, if you understand what I mean. So it's saying it first published by Longman, and then it says this edition in 2021 by Heather Education. So I'm saying if this book would work in this case or no.
All right, so first of all, they don't really treat that what's the name of it again? Old Story Time?
Yes.
It's not really treated as an edited book. It's really a novel of stories or a collection of short stories. The second thing is the only reason this is irrelevant or considered dated 1988 is because let us say that your paper was based on that book and it was published in 1988, then you'd have to cite it. It becomes relevant. But in this instance now, in this case now, it is not. I would have to actually look at what you're looking at because I can't speculate. Unless I see what you're looking at, it's very difficult for me to speak in very specific terms. I know that that book has been around quite a long time, a very, very long time. And it's a collection of stories, so it would take the same format as the edited book, but that's not what you did, however. So outside of the 1988, the other parts of how you documented it were not correct. So if it's a collection of short stories, then you would have put, like here, the title of the short story that you're citing in it. And then who's the author of that short story? And then you put the year here, which would have been 1988. Then here you would say in, then you put the name of the person who is the editor. Then you put the name of, it is Smile, whatever the name of the book is. Then you put the pages of the chapter that you cited. Then you put the publisher right here. All right, that's how you'd actually do it. But it was not properly done. So it's not just the datedness, it's that how you structured it was not correct.
I was the person who structured it. I'm just asking because I didn't really understand it.
Okay, okay. Well, when I say you, I mean the group. I mean the group.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Real quick question before you continue. She asked
Yes.
a relevant question, as I wanted to know, just for the example purpose, even if the book is dated, can you just use it for the example of practicing the citation, or you want us to use relevant up to the time books, sir?
You have to use relevant up to the time, because what happens when you start using dated books, fossilization of the error travels over into your paper. So because you were constantly using edited, because what I'm actually teaching you to, you know, this is what is called latent learning, is how to do research, how to find current sources, which is a part of what is required in the course. This is why I don't want you to use any dated book, because for the essay that you have to write in order to pass the course, you cannot use any edited book. So that's why I don't want that part, okay? I don't want any edit, copy and paste.
Okay, sir. And would I like if it does prep on what I would have sent you in WhatsApp, just so you can critique it while I have the
All right,
chance
so
here.
you sent it in the group or directly to me?
In the group. You want me to send it directly to you? So
No,
you
no,
can
no,
just
I'm just
provide-
asking. I'm just asking. All right, so this is it. Where is it? Yes, all right. So let's look at it. So we're going to look at it as a class so that they can critique it. Here it is. All right, so first name. Yes, that's correct. 2013. Oh, so this is just a book, or this is a book chapter?
It's a book, however, that would be the first chapter that I would have highlighted.
Right, so it's a book chapter. So it's why is it
Yes, sir.
bold? Why is it bold?
The profile of excellence is the name of the book, sir.
Hold on, look up here, sir. What word do you see?
Italicized.
Right, do you see the word bold?
Oh,
Sir, I
okay,
think
sir. I
maybe
get you.
because all of your stuff are not bold, and that's the only thing that is bold. I think that's why bold is.
No, but none of my examples are
Yeah,
bold.
that tricked me still.
No, now you're telling Roberta, none of my examples are bold though.
No, sir, not you. Based on how he writes his box.
No, me write it
William
back in us, and me make the error, so you trick me when me have cite the book, sir.
Okay, all right. So we have Kingston, Pelican, Public. Yeah, I know Pelican. All right, so excellence would be common letter. So you remove the bold, and the excellence will be common letter, and it's okay as a book.
All right, thank you. So I'm just gonna write this down because the access would be out on the way, right?
Right. And then going forward now in the future, I'm going to show you that in a case like this, you'd have to actually put the page number, but don't worry about that. You learn that as we go along. All right. As I tell you, I'm just teaching you things in stages.
Okay, sir. So just points to note, that was actually part of my work, and I just take it and send it so I can critique it. So you know that I actually did my part. However, I am interested in learning, and I don't want to miss a class or to have a class at war because we didn't get to submit work. So that is why I was saying that initially.
All right,
sir?
so based on my miserableness, you'll know that you must do the work, right? Everybody must do the work.
I have no problem with that, sir, because I spend a hefty sum of money, and I want to learn.
And that's why I'm cussing, because I know that especially my evening students who normally do very well, and I know what it is to be an evening student, because I had to go to school in the evenings at one point, based on my own journey. All right, Roberta. So let's quickly go through this because I don't want time to run out, because then I need for homework. So first name. So take a picture of this. Let me just screenshot it and put it in the WhatsApp group. And then now we are going to look at an example. The examples are always very, very important. All right, so let me retrieve it. Is this it? No. Take it from here. So Yes. All right, so it's in the WhatsApp group. Let's look at an actual example. All right, so I'm going to stop share. So most of us are going to find the newspaper on the internet, right?
Yes, sir.
Because nobody don't really buy physical paper anymore. So let me share
Sir,
screen.
my
Yes.
green na every Sunday.
Sir, you do have persons who physically buy them.
Why? I
Every
used to physically buy them, but when I moved from Jamaica and it just I just read it online. All right, are you seeing my Google search bar?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's just say that I am writing about the how let's just say I'm writing up an essay about how the pandemic impacted let's say education. All right,
Sir,
so
can't a job.
all right, so let's go to Gleaner, Jamaica Gleaner, right? And then they have a search bar, right? Are you seeing my search bar with the Gleaner? Oh, the
Yes, sir.
impact education. Yeah, let's say that this is my paper and this is what I'm writing about. And I'm the Gleaner is a newspaper, right? And I look at this. And first of all, you have to look at the article to see if it makes sense or it is relevant to what you are talking about. If it is an editorial, don't cite from it. All right, so we are losing our students. Let's see. All right, so this is coming from this look like something that we can cite from, right? All right, so it is current. All right, what are the things that we need to write down to make note of based on what I shared in WhatsApp?
Last name, first name, initial, year of publication,
All
title
right,
of section in newspaper.
write down all of that for me.
Yes, sir.
You have to write it down.
Sir, hold on, don't change.
Finish?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Hold on.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Look at what is in the WhatsApp and write down the information.
Sir, I only part of the paper may see me not see the full screen.
No man, so we have the title. So here's the title. We said here's the date, here's the author. We have a lot of information and we know it's coming from the Gleaner and all of that. All right, so let's just stop sharing because we don't want time to run out. And I'm starving. All right, let's share back screen and start. All right, start talk to me now. So last name, what's the last name we're going to write here?
Sir, Gordon.
Gordon, comma. What should I do
T.
next? What? C.
T.
T.
Capital T.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes. Open bracket.
Full stop. So let me put the
Yes.
full stop
Open
here.
bracket.
Oh, yes.
So open bracket.
2021.
2021. All right, I'm putting it wrong, please.
Close bracket.
Close bracket. Uh-huh.
We are losing our students.
1 quick sec, people. 1 quick sec.
Title.
Sir,
My apologies. So what should I put next? Because we have year of publication.
The title of section in newspaper.
What's the title?
We are losing our students.
We are
losing our students.
Losing our students.
We are what the hold on.
Sir, wrong place.
anything.
Yeah, man. We are losing
Our
students.
Sir, full stop.
Full stop.
Yeah, that's
supposed to have a full stop.
What should I put
And
next?
name of the paper. Gleaner.
Jamaica Gleaner.
Jamaica Gleaner. You have to put the right name.
Italicize.
So let's put the full stop and let's italicize it. Oh no, there's something that I did wrong. Hold on, I just remember. For newspaper, right here you put month and day. Just remember, and year. Also?
Sir, that should be the Jamaica Gleaner, sir. The
Is it
Jamaica
V?
Gleaner.
No, hold on. I don't think the V is a part of the company name, you know. I think we are the
The
ones.
Gleaner, sir.
Oh, it's the Gleaner.
Yes, sir, it's the Gleaner, sir.
It is the Gleaner. So it is the Jamaica. But don't they? How do they actually write it?
Sir, when you type
The
it in
Gleaner.
the Google, yes, a Jamaica
Gleaner.
Gleaner. When it come up as the Gleaner.
All right, so let's say the Jamaica Gleaner. We can correct that.
Newspaper for 1 second.
Yes. Say that again.
Can I see back the newspaper just 1 second?
Okay, hold on. Share screen. There it is.
Who be the Gleaner?
Yeah, this says the Gleaner. But normally Jamaica is in it, man. I'm almost sure that.
No, man, Jamaica is
Right,
there. It
seconds.
says the Jamaica Gleaner. Jamaica is in fine print.
Yes, oh yes. Yes, Jamaica is in fine print for real.
The Jamaica is
Jamaica, West Indies.
fine print.
So in such a case, sir, in such a case, if we would have cited it and didn't put the exact thing like the day are there, would that be incorrect given that we're referring to Jamaica Gleaner here?
Yes, you'll be incorrect because you have to put the proper name.
Okay, sir.
It's a part of academic integrity to be honest and be truthful in terms of when you're documenting source. And you see, if, for example, a marker gets the impression that you are omitting important information, they're going to mark down the paper. And it means that they might say, oh, so, you know, he wasn't honest here or she wasn't honest here. You know what? Let me just go through all of these sources to see if them leave off a D here, a full stop there, or this there, or that there. They might just do that. All right. So, all right. So let's pause here. I think let's pause here and then we come back because I think the time has gone. We're way over the hour, 3 minutes over.
Just one thing leave for put in.
No, man, we missed something. Hold on.
They don't put in the month and the date.
All right. Hold on. All right.
And sir, remember we have our consultation time and we didn't get that on today's Wednesday.
No, you don't need to get it now until you start the paper.
Not now though, sir.
Yes.
I have some question, but not now.
Yeah, when you all right, let me just no, why do I need it needs to be shorter than that?
So a question.
Yes.
With
Yeah,
all
ask the
these
question.
references and citing zero effect. So when we write in a paper and we change up the words that are there.
We're not there yet. What you're asking me, I don't teach you that part yet. That is called in-text citation, which is a different thing. Remember I told you that there are two sides of the coin. I'm teaching you the documentation part of this coin. The other side is called in-text citation. And that I haven't taught you yet. You do that when you actually start writing the paper.
Okay, sir.
All right, so let me just check one thing because I know I missed something. That's book, author web page, page, journal. Right, so it's the year, comma, month, day. So it is year. It's year, comma, month, day. Yeah. Right. So I know something was. All right. So share screen. Let's go back. All right. So do you remember the month? It was what? October 6th, I think.
I think it's
September 4th, sir.
September 4th?
September 4,
sir.
2011, sir. September 4,
All right, so
2011.
September 4. All right, so we put September 4.
2021.
We are losing our kids. Then all we need to put here
2021,
is,
2021, sir.
yeah, man, the 2021 is there already. Retrieved from, and we copy and paste the URL. Let me just copy and paste the URL. Where's the article? Which is right here. Copy. Paste. What else we're supposed to do here? We're supposed to do paragraph,
Right mouse,
double
click,
space,
paragraph,
special,
double
hanging,
space,
right? And there we go. We have
double
it. It's
space,
in.
double.
No, this is calibre. So let's put
Sir,
it in
you didn't
times.
italize the.
Roman 12.
Yes, man. I italicized the word. They needs to be
yes, you italize.
italicized. Yes. So it's just the name of the newspaper you italicize, which is right here. So this is the newspaper. So let me copy again because I put an error. The one in the is not correct. Let me put this in the WhatsApp group. Put the where is it? So this is the correct one. It's in the WhatsApp group, and the same thing you do for the magazine. It's the same way you document, and if you're citing from a magazine, it's the same way. So the same way you document a newspaper. So let me say newspaper article and magazine. All right, so for homework, you're going to find one newspaper, one magazine, and that's for homework, working in groups, the same groups. Yes, question?
Sir, what's the homework?
You're just writing, just give me an example of one newspaper, one magazine. That's all. Working in the
Sir,
same
which same
groups.
group, sir? The breakout room group?
You want to work with the breakout room group or the groups that you were working with before?
Sir, I don't know which
The
group I was in
breakout,
because I wasn't in class last week.
Sir, the
Okay, so
group
you're
that we
gonna,
were in before the
all right, so
breakout
all you
room.
need to do is just suppose that you were not in a group and then they'll add it to a group, all right?
Sir, from last week I've been doing that, sir, and it's only one person said to me if I wanted, and that was Carla.
All right, so can you join Carla's group, or Carla, are you in a group? Is Carla in the room?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Right, so join Carla's group.
She's in my group.
She's in your group, okay.
Yes, there's the two of us.
Right.
Just the two of us, sir.
No,
Yes,
I don't want the two of
sir.
you working together.
So, sir, that's what I was telling you from last week. Nobody was, they were barely answering. And it's Carla said you can join my group, so I don't know.
Well, nothing is wrong if you work, if both of you work together, I know. So it's doesn't matter, but the two of you can work together. Just work together and produce it, all right? Let's not fuss and try to force you into different groups. Persons kind of have their own little synergy already, and I don't want to disturb the equilibrium of what they have formed. All right, so what you're doing for me for homework, remember now, is the same thing. All you're now doing is producing a magazine and a newspaper, and both of them are documented the same way.
Sir, Karen says she's not in a group. Karen Dixon.
Karen can join your group then.
All right, so Karen, you're in our group.
Right.
So, sir, we're working with the breakout group or the previous group?
The previous group.
Okay.
All right. Any questions about the homework? Anything unclear, or everything is clear?
Hold on. Kesia,
yes,
I think we need to be added to that group, you know, sir. So can just have our names down for that group, just the same.
You want to be added?
Yes, please.
All right.
Since we're not working with the breakout group, because we'd have already established something for the breakout group, but since it's for previous group, we'll just be added to that group. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so everybody understands this one, right? It's, as I said before, all you need to do is to fill out what is in the box, look at the example, and you're good to go. So you're looking for a newspaper article, and then you're going to find a magazine. It's the same way both of them are documented. The same way both of them are documented. All right, the same way both of them are documented. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. All right, have a good evening, everybody. This was a very, very interesting class, I think a class that you learned a lot.
Yes,
and you learn that,
sir.
and you learn that I'm very miserable for my work, so I'm gonna make sure they do my work.
Sir, me not call that miserable, sir. I don't call that
only
miserable.
fair. Yeah, it's only fair. It's only
Yeah,
fair.
me not call that miserable, sir. Cause you see, I know say a whole heap of money where I pay, sir. I
Yes,
can't
you have
afford
to
for
do
the
the
money
work.
go down the drain.
Yes, and I'm going to protect you from yourself. Make sure you don't waste your money.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys next week. Be
Yes,
safe
sir.
over the weekend. And you can always reach out to me via WhatsApp or email.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, thank you, sir.